Stay tuned and let's check out this Jurassic Park Amber Collection, Dr. Ellie Sattler. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today, we are taking a look at the Mattel Jurassic Park Amber Collection, and we're finally getting into some of the A-list characters from one of my favourite movies of all time. It is, of course, Miss Ellie Sattler, aka Laura Dern, in action figure form. Yes, I know she's had a Star Wars figure, but come on, this is the character we wanted for our shelf. Some of my earliest collecting memories as a kid is having those Jurassic Park kind of figures on my shelf, and I've always wanted to recreate that now in the 6-inch action figure form, and thanks to Mattel we can do that, as the Amber Collection is their premium action figure line, which is collector focused. And we have had a few figures so far, but as I said, it's been a slow trickle out since they announced it a few years ago now at San Diego Comic-Con. Finally getting into some of the heavy hitters. We already had Ian Malcolm, we've had Ray Arnold and Dennis Nerdry, but now in this particular wave, if you want to call it that, it is John Hammond and Dr. Ellie Sattler. We just need them to announce Alan Grant and I will be a happy man, but still I am happy to finally have Ellie Sattler in this figure form at this scale, because as I said, I do have some of the legacy figures, but I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, this is the scale I wanted. It's closer to 6 inch than I actually thought it is, so it will fit very nicely into my display, as I love my universes crossing paths. But yeah, Jurassic Park hits that nostalgia sweet spot for me, and this looks great in the packaging. So in her iconic outfit with that pink shirt, the blonde hair, she comes with 2 interchangeable heads as well, one with glasses, one without, and then some more accessories which represent when she goes to try and turn the power back on in Jurassic Park, but of course she finds the Raptors. But yeah, I love the Amber Collection sort of packaging with the amber colours and the sort of stony effect. We spin it round onto the side and we get a picture of Ellie Sattler from the movie, as well as a little bio that says, with her background in paleobotany, Dr. Ellie Sattler is captivated by what she sees during her visit to Jurassic Park. At first, she soon realises firsthand that the vast and fatal problems with the park go far beyond the plant life. So it's a shame that Mattel don't give us any other figures in the Amber Collection on the back of this packaging. For people that are just picking up the line or getting late into it, they won't realise that they have gone pretty deep already in the first Jurassic Park movie. But yeah, nice packaging. There's the Amber Collection on the side of the box with that mosquito that started it all. And yeah, this I'm very excited about opening this one. So without further ado, let's do it. So here we have Ellie out of the packaging with all of her accessories on the table. Now, she doesn't have a crazy amount of accessories, but I like how they give us options for display. I always appreciate that. I like mixing up the display every now and then, and we can do exactly that, as she has 2 heads, one with glasses, one without, but she does have a smiley expression as well. And then these accessories are over here with the utility belt and the walkie-talkie. Remind me of that scene where she goes to try and turn the power on in the movie. So again, beautiful. And her character design is also simple, but oh so iconic. That pink shirt, you could spot a mile off in a collection and people are going to know that's Ellie Sattler. I remember as a kid, I had those Kenner figures, and Ellie was very close, probably the closest to her actual design in the movie. So I had a special place in my heart for Ellie and Grant. We just need Amber Collection to announce Grant, but we have Ellie, so surely he's on the way. And again, this Amber Collection is in the scale I prefer, that sort of 1/12 round. She's probably a little bit taller, so let's have a look. She is technically about just under 6.5 inches. So again, that is a nice scale for me personally. I like all the brands and franchises I love sort of merging together within one universe on the shelf, and she can do exactly that. Definitely an upgrade to the Legacy Collection, but I'll do a comparison of that in a minute. So as I said, accessories, figure looks great. Let's zoom in, take a look. So just like in my previous review with John Hammond, I don't think zooming in really does these justice on camera, because it really is better in person than it looks through the camera lens. It definitely looks like a younger Laura Dern there, especially from certain angles. They're not doing the digital 3D face printing tech. I know that Mattel can do that as they do it with the WWE figures. This just seems like a very nice sculpt with some nice paintwork on top, but it is very accurate. Like, look in those eyes. That is clearly Ellie Sattler. And yeah, the pink lips are subtle, but the hair is very bright. Like, it's nicely sculpted as well. You can see her ear poking through. It's tied up here at the back. But as you can see, the sculpt work is there, but there's no wash, there's no dry brushing, so it sort of doesn't bring out the sculpt, and it looks very bright, especially against the pink shirt. And what I like about the shirt is that it is an overlay, like a separate overlay to the blue sort of vest. So I like that it gives that dimension to the figure rather than it just being flat. So yeah, I like that a lot. But from certain angles, it is very nice. I've got no complaints. It looks like Laura Dern. It represents her character from Jurassic Park. I like it a lot. Let's see how the other one does. So unfortunately, I think she suffers from the same problem John Hammond did, as at this scale, the glasses are very thick. They're made of a very thicker plastic, and it's sort of probably too big for the face, and the eyes look a little bit googly behind the lens. Now, it's not terrible, don't get me wrong. I like that we have this option at least, but I don't think the likeness is as spot on as the version without the glasses. But I do like her smiley expression, and again, the hair is the same, where it's sculpted very nicely, but no sort of detail, no wash, no dry brushing. So I like that we have options. As I said, it's always nice to have options, but I do think the unglassed head is definitely a better likeness, but I do like the smiley face as well. So again, I just think the glasses are a little bit too thick, unfortunately, at this scale, but I like that they at least attempted it. So it is completely up to you. You let me know in the comments below, which head do you prefer, with glasses or without? Now let's take a look at that iconic outfit, and as I always say in my reviews, I like having my figures on the shelf being my mind's eye versions of these characters that I adore, and this definitely is my mind's eye version of Ellie Sattler. I've got nothing to complain about. She's got the pink sort of shirt with the tied up here at the bottom with the blue vest on. She's got the little shorts all the way down to the big boots, and yeah, she's even got a watch this side, and yeah, this looks very good. This is spot on. As I said, this shirt is a separate overlay, so you can see the blue underneath, which is very nice. That sort of gives it a bit of layer, and there's some nice creases as well in the shorts. If I spin it around on the back though, unfortunately there is some sort of sculpted factory sort of code in here from Mattel, which is a shame, as it seems like a lot more than other figures, like on the back of the shirt and the back of the shorts, and I don't know why they needed to do that. I'm assuming yeah, there you go. So we've got the serial number on the bottom of the boots. Nice tread as well, and peg holes, of course, but she doesn't come with a stand like I think Dennis did. But yeah, this looks good. Let me zoom back in. As I said, you can see the watch on one wrist, empty wrist on the other. She does have interchangeable hands. These two hands are like sort of just standard action figure C-grip hands, so you can get it to hold whatever you need it to hold here. No problems at all there. Shorts, as I said, nicely creased. The belt buckle is separately painted as well. You can even see the little buckles in there. That goes all the way around to the back. Shorts, there is a nice articulation hidden at the top of the shorts as well, which I'll show you articulation in a second. And then the boots are nicely done as well. Nice brown boots, laces with a bit of detail at the top, and you can see the socks poking through. So overall, as I said, I think they've done a good job. It's my mind's eye version of Ellie. And articulation for a female figure, not bad at all. The shoulders will go all the way up to 90. Double jointed elbows, people, and pinless as well. So they're quite thick. Obviously, you can notice them, but that's going to be hard to do when you want double jointed elbows. But yeah, no pins there. They're very cleverly as well hid a bit of articulation and the sort of crease of the cuff of the rolled up shirt, which is nicely done. So there is a swivel there, and of course the double jointed elbow, so she can sort of touch her own head, which is pretty good. So range on the arms is what you would expect for a figure. Liking it a lot. We have options. You can get her rested, you can put her hands up, all of that good stuff. Legs, let me zoom out a little bit. Legs go really far. There you go. Look at that. That's better than some Marvel Legends Spider-Man characters. She is an acrobat. That is impressive. Double jointed knees as well. And again, look at this. Pinless knees. Always appreciate that. It just looks for a more seamless figure. And look at that for double jointed knees. Can she kick her own ass? No problem at all day long. Same with this side as well. There you go, beautifully done. There is some articulation hidden under the boot as well, so you do have some movement there, back and forth, a little bit of a hinge. Not much of a pivot, but you do get a hinge, which is nice enough. And again, legs go really far forward, pretty decent back. Again, you don't need legs to go further back than that because you have the knee, bend at the knee, but the legs go really far forward. So if they gave us a Jeep, she could sit in it, no problems at all. And yeah, the articulation is nicely hidden as well. Like, it doesn't break up. I know you can see the silhouette of the knees, but how else are you going to give me articulation without these cuts there on a plastic figure with no overlay? So yeah, for me, not bad at all. I really like this, better than some female figures we get these days. Lots of range there. You're not going to need her in any crazy acrobatic poses. As I said, she's a scientist fighting dinosaurs. However, she has a nice range of articulation for some posing and some ACBA. So yeah, overall, I'm happy. So as I mentioned, the first two hands are like normal C-grip hands, but she also has an extra set of hands, which are like a bigger C-grip, if that makes sense. And I'm assuming that is so she can hold her other accessory, which is this walkie-talkie, which is straight out of the movie. As I said, she goes to try and put the power on, and there you go. Now she can hold that, and she holds that no problem at all. Some nice painted detail on there as well. You can see the power bar, yeah, and the buttons at the top. So I like that a lot. She also comes with this utility belt that we see her take and use in the movie. Now it's black, so obviously it's not showing up on my black background, but it is very nice. So let me put that on Ellie. There you go. So I hope you can see that. It does clip on at the front. There is a little tab that just comes off like so, and you can just clip it on there, and then you can sort of just lift it up a little bit. But on the actual movie, it did look a little bit oversized for Ellie anyway, so I'm absolutely fine with that. There is a little pouch there, and that is for her walkie-talkie to go in, of course, so you can fit that in there, store it nice and snugly. I do like and appreciate when you can store accessories. What I like about this side over here, you can see that there's wire dangling through for the torch, and at first I thought that was all one solid piece, but this actually detaches from the pocket there, and then look, you can actually pull out the torch. The torch is a separate sort of accessory that is attached to the belt by this bendy wire, but it's not a bendy wire, it's just sort of one sort of rubbery piece, but it's enough to move, and then her hands are wide enough to get it gripped in. So now she has her torch. So Ellie can hold her torch, and it's all attached to her harness and to her belt. And again, this is spot on from the movie. So I'm liking this a lot. If you're really clever out there, get yourself an LED in there so it really lights up. That would take it to the next level. But I love how you can attach this utility belt so you can have one look from the movie, or remove it if that's not your preference. But still, I like options, and we've got exactly that with Ellie. And both hands means we can hold the torch, and if we want to, yes, I've already showed you, but she can hold the walkie-talkie, no problem at all. There you go. She's holding it. Yeah, spin it around. There you go. Holding the torch, holding the walkie-talkie. You have your two heads. You have your interchangeable hand. Like options. I like this figure. So this is the part of the video where I get into some comparisons, and as we don't really have many Jurassic Park figures in this scale for comparison, let's use this as an excuse to talk about the Legacy Collection. So this Legacy Collection has been the only accurate way to get characters from this movie in the sort of modern collecting era. Obviously back in the day, I've already mentioned we had the Kenner figures, but they weren't really spot on from the movie. They had resemblance, but they weren't accurate. These Legacy figures at the 3 3/4 inch scale definitely were our only option, and they're really good. And the advantages from these little figures is that they can have Jeeps, of course, and also they scale much better with the dinosaurs. So I wanted to do my little Ellie Sattler comparison with her 3 3/4 inch version and her new 6 inch version. So there you go, mini me, Ellie Sattler. See if we can get them both to stand. Let me just get the Jeep out of the way. But yeah, this Legacy Collection is beautiful. I will continue to collect that as long as they keep doing original movie figures. I think I've just got Timmy and the Explorer Jeep. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I might even do a review. If you're interested in seeing Legacy reviews, let me know in the comments. But let me see if I can get Ellie to stand up with little Ellie. Maybe you can lean on Ellie a little bit. Lean on me. Can she? No, I'll just hold her. There you go. There's your comparison anyway. And as you can see, they both have those character elements that you would expect. The pink shirt, the blue vest, the little shorts, the big boots, the blonde hair. It is spot on. Now we just get this scaled up in a much more accurate form for our shelf. So again, a person like me who likes collecting at 1/12 scale, this is perfect. But the Legacy Collection still has a place for my Jurassic Park love as well, because again, it's going to be hard to get dinosaurs that scale with Ellie. But her biggest foe, she does scale with, which I'll show you in a second. But there you go. There is your straight up Amber Collection Legacy comparison. Let me know if you collect either of them in the comments below. Both of them have their pros, a few cons, I guess, but overall, nothing but a good thing that we're getting Jurassic Park figures from the original movie all these years later. Now, before I get the Velociraptor out, let's see how she scales with some of the human characters from the Amber Collection, as we have both Dennis Nerdry and John Hammond. So I've already done a review for John Hammond on the channel. Go and check that out on the playlist and on the videos tab. Really love that we're getting some of the A-list characters from this movie and some of the deep cuts as well. Who thought that in 2021 we'd have an accurate Samuel Jackson, Ray Arnold figure from Jurassic Park on a shelf? Because I certainly didn't. So I'm still waiting for him in the post. I've got the updated version of Ian Malcolm coming as well, as with the double jointed elbows, but the ones that we're waiting for to be revealed are, we need the kids, and also of course we need the main man himself, Alan Grant, in figure form. Once we've got Alan Grant, we're going to have the Holy Trinity just straight up with these three, these two. Poor Dennis Nerdry would sort of be a side character, but I like that we have him, no complaints there. But yeah, so Ellie is a little bit taller than both Dennis and John over here, but I think that's accurate to the film as well. I think these two were sort of shorter chaps anyway. So either way, these look good on my shelf. All very iconic outfits. You can spot these a mile off. Again, you don't even have to be an action figure fan. If someone sees these on your collection, they know they're Jurassic Park. That's what it's all about. Mind's eye representations of the characters we love on your shelf. That's why we collect. And this is the comparison I wanted to see. Dr. Ellie Sattler with a Velociraptor. Of course, this is the original Jurassic Park 1 Velociraptor from the very first wave of the Amber Collection. And if you haven't got one of these Raptors in hand, definitely worth picking up just for a dinosaur in your display. Just for a 1/12 scale Velociraptor. The amount of articulation on this guy is crazy. Like, he's all crouched down now, but you get him on his hind legs and he can tower above a human as he should, or you can get him down pouncing. He's got an articulated jaw. Look at that, open wide. You can close it. You can get down, ready to pounce. Like, yeah, this Amber Collection has so much potential, people, and seeing these two together makes me want to buy more of this guy. Look at that. I haven't done a review on these Velociraptors, but they are honestly beautiful. So good. Mattel are doing a great job, and I hope to see more dinosaurs. I'm curious what they can do. They can definitely do a baby T-Rex at this scale from Jurassic Park 2, but yeah, this is beautiful. So if you're curious, as I said, do not sleep on the Amber Collection. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park and you want some figures to represent that movie in your collection, this is the scale for you. Get them. And then one last comparison, because why not? Here we have Ellie Sattler compared to an average size Marvel legend on the Bucky Cat body. It is, of course, Hellfire Hank. And as you can see, Ellie's about the same size. So again, this Amber Collection could fit in your sort of 1/12 Marvel Legends scale display if you wanted to have a little multiverse Jurassic Park action. So final thoughts, I obviously really like this Dr. Ellie Sattler Mattel Amber Collection Jurassic Park figure a lot. If you couldn't tell, Jurassic Park is super nostalgic to me. I don't know if I've mentioned that already. It is one of my favourite films. I loved the Kenner toys as a kid, and now as an adult, I can have these movie accurate figures on my shelf. This Amber Collection is Mattel's way at hitting the adult collector market. This is their premium action figure line, and it just happens to be at a scale that I adore. I love when all my universes can cross paths and not look too out of place. So this Amber Collection is exactly what I wanted it to be. So I will continue buying it as long as the figures are this good. But you let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, who else would you like to see from the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise in figure form? Because I love these human characters and have just as much attachment to the human characters from these stories about dinosaurs as I do for the dinosaurs. So yeah, give me a mix of both. Give us a massive T-Rex. I wouldn't be able to afford it, but it will be fun to see. But you let me know in the comments below, as always, and most importantly, check out the videos tab. I've got a playlist now of action figure reviews for Jurassic Park figures, so if you want to see more, let me know. But as always, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. You can also hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply show some love, or join the members club. Much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram, it's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.